Hi, my name is Adrian William, and today's video is for all the foreign trained dentists who are applying to University of Colorado's Advanced Standing Program for the year 2025. So, if you're not aware, but I am a graduate of University of Colorado, graduated in 22 December, and when I got accepted, I made a video back in 2020 and regarding things to consider when you apply to University of Colorado, and I'll put that video in the description. But over the period of 3 years, I've lived in Colorado. I've graduated from there. I've made friends. I helped assisted other candidates who got accepted to Colorado and other schools. And over time, I'm going to share some more experiences and some other tips and strategies that you can use when you're applying to the school. Number one thing I'll say is recently University of Colorado did a very generous act that their SNDA chapter did. The students did this webinar, not a webinar, but a seminar in the school campus where they invited more than 100 people to come in, ask questions. They discussed about University of Colorado. They gave a campus tour. And I think it was a fabulous thing that they did. It's a very big thing because foreign trained dentists, including myself, like I was lost and I visited back University of Colorado during that time, and it opened up your eyes. So whoever planned this was a very, I would say, generous act and a very good thing for foreign trained dentists. And what I've heard from my colleagues is that they did mock interview, they discussed their personal statement. The other thing along with that is they mentioned that they won't be taking Casper exam this year, which is a very big thing because Casper is just an extra exam that foreign trained dentists have to take, and it's more money, it's more headache. Already when we are applying, we are dying with so much stress. So thank you if they are removing Casper this year. So if you were one of the candidates who attended this session, which is very good, if you haven't, it's fine. Don't start to panic. What you can do is start researching, start talking to people, start looking on YouTube, Google, start reading their website and start to gather more information, because I believe there's so much information online and people have that. If you know where to look, you'll find things. The problem with people is that I've talked to people who even visit these sessions and they would be lost. Like I remember when I went to University of Colorado back in 2019, I traveled from Ohio. As soon as I walked in the campus, I was in a, it's really hard to explain, but I become laser focused. Like I'm looking around, I'm trying to notice everybody, every faculty who tell their name, what their area of specialty is, what research they did, what's their background, if their name is Western, is if it's an immigrant name, whether it's a Jewish name. Like there are things I would start to analyze because I'm there to gather information. So I recommend people, if you're going in there, gather information. And I'm not saying be annoying and ask questions, but be very like mentally present. Remember people's name. Remember what their what their field is. Like somebody might be a prosthodontist, somebody might be a periodontist. Like listen to their story and try to gather raw material for yourself. And beside that, you can find a lot of stuff on YouTube, on Google. Throughout my videos, I've said so many things which are coming from my experience in University of Colorado. I did an interview with my badmate, a close friend, Dr. Eduardo Garcia. I will put that video as well, so that would give you more understanding. Now, once you gather all this information, one thing I'll say is that when you're communicating to current students, when you're talking to alumni with dentists, whenever you communicate, don't send self-centric questions like, I want to get accepted or I want to do DDS from Colorado, can you help me? Rather than saying that, mention that I'm a foreign trained dentist, I've done this, and currently I'm pursuing this advanced standing program or I'm trying to apply. Is there any advice you would give me? Is there anything that you can give me counsel on or advice or some suggestion? So when you're communicating, be a little bit more professional and don't keep it self-centric. I think people get turned off when you say, I want this. You're talking like a baby who needs milk and who's demanding for milk, and you expect the world to hand over you the milk. It doesn't work that way. So during your communication, you now chat GPT is there too, and there's so many other things you can use online, AI and stuff. But try to make your emails a little bit more professional. So psychologically, they sounds appealing, and other people are willing to help you. That's just a side note that I wanted to give. But once you do that, one thing I'm going to say, on September 20th, University of Colorado's uh, admission is going to open up. As soon as it does, start looking into their requirements. Every year, they give you some supplemental questions, which they might change. They make you write a personal statement of 3,500 characters, so they won't take the CAPIT SOP. They want you to write a separate one for 3,500 characters. Now, there might be a couple of reasons why they do it. The one reason is they want you to write a separate personal statement of letter or a letter of statement for University of Colorado, specifically addressing the admission committee of University of Colorado. So you're making your case not just to all the dentist school, you're making your case directly to CU, to Colorado. And you're asking them, this is who I am, this is what I have done, and this is why I'm interested in your school, and if you're willing to give me a chance to be a student of your program. And 3,500 characters are very less. It's not you don't have too much space to roam around. You have to be precise. And one of the key thing is, University of Colorado is a school which is very much promoting holistic dentistry. They want to provide comprehensive treatment planning towards their patients. They do, we have ODs, oral diagnosis. When we do treatment planning, we gather photographs, x-rays, we take denture, not denture, but we take alginate impressions, 3D impressions. We gather all of this jaw relation and these detail, and we gather it up and then design a treatment plan in a comprehensive manner where we have phase 0, phase 1, phase 2. And phase 0 is whatever the urgent need of the patient. If they are in pain, they need extraction. After that, you take care of all of their disease. Perio, we do perio diagnosis. After that, if there's any filling, and then in phase 2, we give them prostheses like crown, dentures, implant, whatever is needed. So you need to understand that University of Colorado is a big advocate when it comes to comprehensive treatment planning in a holistic manner. Along with that, University of Colorado is very much investing in their digital dentistry. Dr. Guthalo, who's a prosthodontist, have been working very hard with other faculty members like Dr. Dan Wilson. They've been working on the digital lab. I think that's one of the best things they are offering right now. They teach you implant courses. Most places, as DDS student, you don't place implant, but you get to restore implant at CU if you get a case. So the digital lab, milling a crown, designing 3D printing, all of these things are a big thing. So that's something the school is advocating. Along with that, they try to promote diversity as much as they can. Usually in the ISP programs, you will get more Indian, Pakistani student and a little bit Middle Eastern and Hispanic. But overall, if you look at the school environment in the local DDS, and overall the school does try to promote their best when it comes to diversity. Along with that, I think University of Colorado has a good environment as compared to other places. The school does have a better environment comparatively. So these are some of the things you want to discuss in your personal statement. And if you're somebody who needs help with your personal statement, you can reach out to me and we can discuss more. But they would also have some supplemental questions where they ask about the weakness, about your previous program where you did your BDS or DDS. What was the weakness that program had, or what was the strength? You can discuss about something that wasn't taught up there in your previous school and you would like to improve. But don't end up ranting against your school. Don't say the school was corrupt and it was not good, the education was bad. So don't do that. You want to discuss it, but in a professional manner. Along with that, one of the key thing with your personal statement is your letter of recommendation. So they usually want 3 to 5, at least 3 in the past year letter of recommendation, and you have to re-upload. They won't take what you uploaded on Capit. So you're going to find 3 people who are going to be your referees, people who are going to write your letter of recommendation, and you will write their email address on the Colorado portal and it will send email to them and then they will upload it. But what happens is that your dean in India or Pakistan or in Nepal or in Egypt or whatever country is on vacation and he's not uploading it and everything is getting delayed. One of the key things from this video I'll tell you is that you want to apply soon. You want to send your documents as soon as possible. Don't delay it. Please help the school and help yourself by applying as early as possible, because if there is anything missing, you want to fix it right away. And one of the things that delay people's application, I've learned it through my own lessons, is that their letter of recommendations get delayed. So you want to be point on early on it and request your recommenders or be prepared to upload your letter of recommendations as soon as possible. Once you do that, I would also encourage to know a little bit about University of Colorado's history. Like the campus is called Anschutz campus, which was donated by the Anschutz family, which is very much an influential family in Colorado. You want to know about them. University of Colorado back in the days supported a lot of Jewish students who came from Holocaust family who were migrating from Germany. So back then they really supported them, and so it's been a school that have been involved in supporting these people who are coming in as immigrant in the country, and now still today they are doing that. So that's a cause that they are working on for decades. So that's something you should know as well. One other thing I'll say, if you're applying to University of Colorado or any other school, during their admission cycle, the admission committee person who's managing all your document and stuff, or program director like Dr. Bhaskaran and other people, if you're going to email them, be very professional, be very straightforward. Do not annoy these people over and over and over again asking if our documents are complete, can we send this? If they are not replying you, that doesn't mean they haven't read your email. It's just they get, I never worked in the office, but I can tell you when the admissions start, they get overloaded. They get thousands and thousands of emails from all around the world asking them the most serious question. And if I was in their place, I won't be happy. Trust me, I just get a few messages a day on WhatsApp from foreign trained dentists, and it really shakes me off, and then I have to go and do some yoga or exercise to relax myself, because people will write or ask things which makes no sense. So if you're a foreign trained dentist and you have to ask them a question, ask or inform them in a respectful way and be patient. Be brief, be straightforward, and be patient. Don't keep annoying them, because trust me, if one name keeps coming up in their inbox who's annoying them, they might remember you, but not in a good way. And that's just human nature. So that's my advice to you. Along with that, I would say start working on your bench exam. That's one of the biggest thing I can tell you, is that I know people who got interview and then go into bench exams, and then the competition is too high. They prepared for bench exam, but it's not good enough. My suggestion to everybody, I say, I know it's expensive, it's not cheap, but what's more expensive, waiting a whole year or spending some money to learn bench exam or interview preparation? Go to Dr. Stevenson. I would say as early as possible, go and do your bench exam preparation with him, because he's the gold standard who can give you feedback which is up to the level of dental schools. He is a professor emeritus from UCLA. So he knows schools inside from inside to outside. So I would definitely suggest invest in yourself early on. If you need help with interview preps, I personally feel I would be one of the best person, and I'm not trying to brag, but personally I feel I can help you in that way. But when it comes to bench exam, start preparing it early on. Don't wait to get your invite and then I will go and prepare. That doesn't make sense. And anybody who has done more prep than you, who has spent more hours than you practicing, will do better than you. So if you want to beat these people, if you want to get more competitive, start working on your bench exam early on. I said this 2 years ago, I'll say it again. You have to prepare for war in time of peace. That's how countries win. They prepare for war in times of peace. So if the rest of the people are waiting to get an invite and then start preparing, you start preparing it today. So that would be the best advice I can give you right now. So if you liked all this video, now what you can do for me is you can pay me back if you found this video useful by hitting the like button, by subscribing to the channel, and share this with one of your colleagues. Kindly share it in your Facebook group, on your WhatsApp group. Share it with some other friend who can make use out of this. And it will not just benefit them or me, it actually allows the algorithm to share it with more foreign trained dentists like you in the coming years. So you're not just helping me who's making this video, you're not just helping your friend, but you would be helping somebody who will be applying next year for University of Colorado. So that would be my request, and hopefully I'll see you in a more meaningful video. If you have any questions, you can reach out to me in comments. My contact is in the description if you need help with the personal statement or the interview or the supplemental questions. And I wish you all the best and see you again in a better video next time. Take care.